What if AI didn't just write stuff for you? What if AI was actually getting work done? Earlier in this series, we talked about agentic AI and what it is. Today, we're giving real examples of how agentic AI can actually step in and start helping your business right now. Welcome to Small Business Big Visibility. This is a mini-series all about AI for small businesses, helping you level up, scale up, so that you can ride the wave of AI to success instead of getting crushed by it. Okay, quick reminder. Agentic AI is different than normal AI. If you're not familiar with it, go back and watch the video on agentic AI if you want to get a deeper understanding of it. With agentic AI, instead of you just asking it a question and getting an answer, you're giving it a goal and it's taking the steps to actually complete what you want it to do. It's moving from the phase of responding to the phase of actually doing. Here's the big shift with this. You're no longer just using tools, you're actually assigning work to the AI and it's getting it done. That is game changer. Perhaps you've heard about how programmers used to be hired in droves. As soon as they got out of college, boom, they've got a job, top paying, all kinds of money, great place to be. And then in the last year or so, all of a sudden the college grads aren't getting hired anymore and a bunch of other programmers are being let go. That's one example of agentic AI stepping in and absolutely decimating an entire field. Agentic AI now has the capability to write code faster, better, and cheaper than humans can. With that, a person that used to be able to write, we'll say 10 lines of code in a day, maybe now they're writing 100 or 1,000 lines of code in a day. Now, by the way, if you were a programmer only writing 10 lines of code in a day, shame on you, you could do better. But you get the concept. This is just one area where using AI as agents to get work done is completely revolutionizing the industry. Here's some others that are fast approaching. Right now, small business owners, they have a terrible time keeping up with their email. There are systems in place and tools you can use that help you with that. And the tools are getting better and faster all the time. Now, one of the most well-known agentic tools out there is called OpenClaw, and there's been all kinds of debate and talk around OpenClaw. Some people say it's amazing and the best thing ever, some say it's nothing but a legal nightmare, and other people are in between. Some people have never tried it, some are scared to try it, so haven't even heard of it yet. But essentially OpenClaw, you can install it on your computer, connect it to some different AI tools, and it will have access to essentially whatever you give it on your computer, but then it also, if you have an internet connection, could potentially have access to the whole internet. I know a guy, they've got OpenClaw, they've given it a credit card, they've given it an email account, they've given it its own phone number, and it can act like an independent worker within their company. Now, sometimes it's great, other times not so great, but they figured they needed to jump in and start at a very technical level to understand what this whole agentic AI is and how to use it. I'm not suggesting that for every small business owner. In fact, if you're not very tech savvy and you don't understand a ton of the programming world, stay away from OpenClaw. It's not the best bet for you right now. There's simpler tools that can come in and do that agentic work. Now, typically, agentic AI needs a few different things from you. It's going to need to understand the context of your organization. It needs to understand as well the systems and processes you want it to follow, and then it needs access to the tools in order to get the work done. For example, let's say that you're having trouble managing your email. There's a ton of tools that can help you do that more effectively. Some AI tools are so advanced that they can actually craft the full email response and send it for you. But you may not want that. But either way, it has to have access to your email system, and it has to have an understanding of how you communicate, how you answer questions. It has to maybe have access to your calendar so it can schedule appointments for you. There's a number of different ancillary tools that the AI may need access to in order to get the job done. I have a friend who paired up software with AI, and it's a beautiful agentic system that you can use, and you can have the AI answer phone calls for you, or it can do chat support, or it can answer text messages back and forth. And what it can do is it can take all of the information that it has from that conversation and store it in your CRM, but then also it can schedule appointments, it can send out bills, it can send out calendar invites, and it can schedule appointments on your calendar as well. So this one tool, this AI system, connects to your phone, connects to your CRM, can connect to your email, can connect to your billing system. It can connect to all these different tools, and it's been trained on when to use those tools to get the work done for you, and it saves you, as maybe a solopreneur, a ton of time that you would have otherwise spent scheduling appointments, doing follow-ups, sending out bills, making sure that people are going to show up to the appointments that you've scheduled, on and on and on. And that's just one tool that can help you, much like the business assistant would have helped in the past. So let's boil this down now for just a minute and simplify to one thing you can start having AI do immediately. Now, the answer to this is a little bit different depending on what AI tools you do have access to. Chat has different abilities than Claude has, and Grok and Gemini, all of them have different, and then there's specialty systems, like my buddies, that actually pull from a multitude of different AI platforms as well as the custom code. I know a ton of people who use High Level. High Level has the ability for an AI agent to go in and act as a chatbot for you on your website. It has the ability to answer phone calls and text messages. It also has the ability to schedule. If you have Go High Level, you immediately have the ability to do all of those things, and that is an example of agentic AI in action. Now, 6 months ago, there were some phone call systems out there, and they weren't very good. But the quality is doing the whole hockey stick thing, where it wasn't very good for a while, now it's just shooting up in quality, until I would bet in the near future we have a pretty good chance that agentic AI phone systems will be as good or better than some of the humans that we've been hiring to answer phones for us. So again, if you're in High Level, you can use it for the chatbots, for the phone calls. If you use Gmail all the time, you've probably started to notice that AI is stepping in and helping you write emails. That's a classic example of agentic AI. It's actually doing work for you. The other thing you can do is you can go out to your AI of choice, whatever it is, and have a conversation with it. Tell it where your weak points are and ask it, what agentic tools are available today that I could start using that would help me overcome this particular problem, or maybe these sets of problems, and then ask it to evaluate which one would be the best for my particular situation and why. It'll do the research, it'll come back with an answer, then you can implement the tool and get started on your agentic employee adventure.